What became of your lamb, Clarice?
I killed him.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the movie villains that not only emerged victorious, but got exactly what they wanted without many setbacks. Beware of spoilers.
Innocent? Is that supposed to be funny?
Number 10, Big Brother, 1984. How do you defeat an unseen enemy that watches your every move? You probably can't, and that's what makes Big Brother a true nightmare. In this haunting adaptation of George Orwell's 1949 novel, the villain isn't your typical antagonist. Instead, he's a faceless force that has turned citizens of Oceania into prisoners of the party's every dictate. Winston Smith and his lover Julia dare to defy this totalitarian regime, but their rebellion is doomed right from the start.
Power is tearing human minds apart and putting them together again in new shapes of your own choosing.
Eventually captured by the all-seeing thought police, they're tortured, brainwashed, and broken until they betray one another. In the heartbreaking finale, Winston loses his will to resist and finally accepts his submission to Big Brother, a cold reminder that some enemies simply can't be defeated.
I love you.
Number 9, The Pod People, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Well, I can handle the health department, I think, but if panic breaks out, then we're going to need the police and the guard, and that means the mayor, and... Well, the mayor's a patient of yours, isn't he?
In most hero versus villain stories, the protagonist's victory feels certain. At least that's the usual setup, even in this film's source material. However, Philip Kaufman's 1978 sci-fi classic, adapted from Jack Finney's novel, flips this expectation.
I didn't tell him my name.
You're all a part of it. They're all pods, all of them.
In the film, terrifying invaders are bent on replacing humans with emotionless duplicates. These relentless creatures don't just replicate, they drain the very essence of life in their quest for survival. As Matthew and his team struggle to expose and escape this alien threat, they're outmatched at every turn.
Matthew will never be able to stop them.
Yes, we will.
Can't. Look at they control the whole city.
Even when a glimmer of hope for humanity appears, a shocking twist shatters it. We're hit by Matthew's eerie scream as he points at Nancy, indicating that he's been turned. Not even humanity's sheer determination could save them this time. Number 8, Ozymandias, Watchmen. Set in an alternate world during the Cold War, this movie explores the extreme lengths one will go to for grand ambition. At its core is one of the smartest villains ever, Ozymandias.
Humanity's savage nature will inevitably lead to global annihilation. So in order to save this planet, I had to trick it.
Born Adrian Veidt, he has changed from a costume crime fighter to what some would call the very definition of calculated evil. Driven by his desire to prevent World War III, he concocted a fake threat to reunite the world while carefully eliminating any obstacles. Ozymandias thought so far ahead that by the time others uncovered his plot, they had no chance of stopping it.
Do you seriously think I'd explain my masterstroke to you if there were even the slightest possibility you could affect the outcome? I triggered it 35 minutes ago.
His plan to kill millions to save billions was already in motion. Whatever his intentions, his actions cement him as one unstoppable villain.
I've saved the Earth from hell. We both have.
Number 7, Daman, the Omen. Richard Donner's 70s gem is a scary and fascinating look at the arrival of the Antichrist, none other than an innocent-looking Damien Thorn.
Have no fear, little one. I am here to protect thee.
The ultimate creepy kid and the devil's own son. He's the reason we don't trust children in horror. Adopted by the influential Robert Thorne, horrific things begin unfolding once Damien turns 5. The most terrifying aspect? Damien doesn't even have to kill. His mere presence causes death and drives others to kill for him.
From the eternal sea he rises, creating armies on either shore, turning man against his brother, till man exists no more.
Even animals sense his darkness, and when his nanny jumps off the roof for his sake, we grasp the full extent of his power. In a climactic twist, Damien narrowly escapes death by his father's hand, leaving us with the haunting vision of his sinister smile. Number 6, Anton Chur, No Country for Old Men.
What's the most you ever lost on a coin toss?
Sir?
The most you ever lost on a coin toss.
In the world of cinematic villains, few are as chillingly realistic as Anton Chur. When a drug deal goes wrong, a man stumbles upon a stash of cash and becomes a target of a relentless hitman. Hired to retrieve the stolen money, Chur doesn't stop until the job's done, leaving a trail of bodies in his path.
If the rule you followed, brudgeted is, of what use was the rule?
He's the kind of evil you never want to encounter, an agent of fate who can't be reasoned with or stopped. Live or die, it's all up to his coin toss. With his poker face, unsettling haircut, and raspy voice, he's like a monster straight out of a horror movie. And after all the atrocities he committed, he walked away with just a fractured arm.
The coin don't have no say. It's just you.
I got here the same way the coin did.
Number 5, Peter and Paul, Funny Games.
Wissen Sie, Sie können ruhig offen zu uns sein. Sie haben dann auch selber ein besseres Gefühl. Wir sind da auch ganz offen zu Ihnen.
To make his home invasion tale as disturbing as possible, Mikhail Haneke crafted 2 of the most ruthless killers horror has ever seen. Unfortunately for the Schaber family, they are the targets of these all-powerful villains who enjoy tormenting their victims and the audience. Deceived by their friendly facade, Anna lets them into her home only for her family to be trapped in a very sick game.
Merci, Monsieur.
Warte mal, ich sehe ein neues Spielzeug.
Every attempt to escape or fight back is thwarted by these ominous figures. And just when we think Anna might be saved after she shoots Peter, we're stunned as Paul rewinds everything, undoing Peter's death.
Du brauchst dich nur an die Spielregeln zu halten. Und alles ist gut.
Then, the story concludes with a bound Anna left to drown as the evil duo wins their brutal bet. Number 4, Jigsaw, Saw.
Hello, Amanda. You don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game.
This horror classic is a brilliant twist-filled tale that begins with 2 men, Adam and Dr. Gordon, shackled and forced to struggle for their survival. The mastermind behind their captivity, John Kramer, aka the Jigsaw Killer. Of course, at first you won't suspect he's the actual villain, not when he's lying dead as his intricate plan unfolds. But Kramer eventually reveals how evil he is. With his chilling sense of purpose and clever mind, he's not just one step ahead, he's miles ahead, leaving his victims with 0 chance of escape.
Most people are so ungrateful to be alive.
Convinced it's his responsibility to redeem sinners, he used complex torture machines and psychological torment to achieve his brutal goal. And in the end, Kramer proves unbeatable, leaving Adam to die as he exits victorious.
Game over.
Number 3, No Across Chinatown. For a glimpse of pure evil, look no further than this bad guy from Roman Polanski's 1974 masterpiece. Set in 1937, Chinatown follows Detective Jake Gittes, who's hired to expose a cheating husband, but becomes entangled in a far deeper corruption. Initially, he suspects the water baron Noah Cross of murder, but this man is far more sinister.
You may think you know what you're dealing with, but believe me, you don't.
Turns out, Cross mistreated his daughter, Evelyn, who's trying to escape with her daughter, who's also her sister.
How many years have I got? She's mine, too.
She's never going to know that.
Evelyn, you're a disturbed woman.
As Jake tries to help them escape, there's a flicker of hope, only for it to be crushed when Evelyn is killed, leaving Jake traumatized and utterly powerless. Cross wins, a horrifying reminder of how wealth and power can shield the most heinous crimes.
Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
Number 2, John Doe, 7.
Detective!
A brilliant horror flick from the 90s, David Fincher's work shines with its chilling depiction of a serial killer who sacrifices everything for his warped cause. Like Jigsaw, John Doe sees himself as a savior who must rid the world of the sinful. Throughout, he remains one determined, sadistic villain who toys with detectives Mills and Somerset, using them as pawns to reach his deadly goal. Even his surrender is a calculated move, part of his larger twisted plan.
I tried to play husband. I tried to taste the life of a simple man. Run away! It didn't work out.
In the jaw-dropping ending, we're blown away by the true nature of his scheme. When a box is delivered to the detectives, Mills is forced into a moral dilemma that helps Doe achieve his ultimate goal. Absolutely brilliant.
Become vengeance, David.
Ah, she's all right, you tell me.
Become wrath.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Kaiser Soze, The Usual Suspects, a criminal genius who had everyone convinced he was just a myth.
After that, my guess is you'll never hear from him again.
The Islanders, The Wicker Man. They tricked Howie to their island and used him as the ultimate sacrifice.
Mighty God of the sun, bountiful goddess of our orchards, accept our sacrifice and make our blossoms fruit.
The Coven members, Rosemary's Baby. They were relentless in their quest to see the devil's child born.
What have you done to it? What have you done to its eyes?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Handable Lecter, The Silence of the Lambs. What makes a truly badass villain? Is it their striking appearance or body count? Fans of Handable Lecter will tell you it's all about being a genius.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
To catch a notorious serial killer known for skinning his victims alive, FBI agent Clarice Starling enlists the help of the brilliant but dangerous Lecter. Although he's not the main villain here, his masterful manipulation and chilling presence make him an unforgettable character.
Oh, and Senator, just one more thing.
Love your suit.
As a notorious cannibal, he's a terrifying yet oddly charismatic man who manages to outsmart everyone. He even tricks Starling into getting him transferred to another prison, from which he escapes after brutally killing 2 guards. Adore or abhor him, Lecter's simply one smooth criminal.
I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner.
Who's the smartest villain you've ever seen in movies? Let us know in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more WatchMojo videos.
I do know to a certainty. And you know what's going to happen now, Carson. You should admit your situation. There will be more dignity in it.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.